Star Wars content over the last couple of years, or I should say a lot of the years, has been very dry, or I should say in a pattern. Because something that I noticed with Star Wars content is that whenever there isn't a Star Wars show being released, essentially all the content kind of dries out. Like, there's nothing else to talk about, which is really sad to think about, because this is all Lucasfilm's fault, Disney Star Wars' fault. Because in the past, before, The Last Jedi came out, a lot of Star Wars content was thriving. There was all these theories and speculations and, what the future was going to hold. But because Disney Star Wars has sucked the life out of everyone, no one talks about, what the future of Star Wars is, because no one cares anymore. And that's even for myself. Like, when I look at my content, I don't upload a lot. Because I rewatched my, first video when I, came back to do this channel. And a line that I said at the end of the video was that I was going to do somewhat daily videos. And I laughed at that because that just didn't happen. Because as time went on, I realized there's nothing to talk about with Star Wars, because nothing's happening unless there's a show coming out. Because I thank the Acolyte for the way that is, because at least it gave us content. But when there isn't shows like that, it's like, what do you do? And that's what I realized. Like, when there isn't a show coming out or isn't airing episodes, it's like, well, what do you do in those gaps? And the answer to that is just upload less. And I know what you're saying, why take advice from me? And I'm not saying you should listen to my advice, because my advice is wrong. If you're someone that's very creative with Star Wars ideas, go for it. Just upload the video ideas, whatever. But for me personally, because I've been doing this for a couple years now with the Star Wars content, I've realized that, during the times when in between the shows, the content is a lot slower. And it's not just for myself, it's for all the YouTubers, everywhere I see. Because I've been noticing, looking at their, other YouTubers' upload schedule, and seeing how long each gap. And whenever there's a show coming out, there's daily videos sometimes for these Star Wars YouTubers. I'm not going to name them, because some of them are a bit controversial right now. But you know. But they upload daily videos. But then when there isn't a show coming out, or in between shows, like right now as we're recording this, the upload schedules for all these Star Wars YouTubers are sporadic. But what could change when it comes to what's happening? Because you would think that with Star Wars and how big it is and all the video games, movies, shows, comic books, and so forth, you would think there'd be stuff to talk about, but there isn't. Because the stuff that's worth talking about isn't worth talking about anymore, because there's no point talking about it. Like I said earlier, Disney Star Wars sucked the fun out of talking about Star Wars and the speculation of the future. Because they made it very clear they are not on the same level as we are. They want to make Star Wars from how we want Star Wars to be. So why would we look forward to something that we do not like or we do not have interest in? Like for the Skeleton Crew that's coming out later this year, no one's talking about it or speculating stuff because, well, what's the point? Because no one cares about it until the show comes out, then people will start making videos on it. And it's only if the show is either very popular with people or is very negative with people. There is no in-between. Because if the show is well received, then people are going to make a lot of positive videos on it, and, the community is going to be more, positive. If it's more negative, like with the Acolyte, then all hell's going to break loose for the next, month or two, which is good for sake of content, because, there's stuff to upload. But once that's over, it's like, what do you do now? It's just, the cycle continues again, and that sucks. Because it's not fun in between these boring months if you're a Star Wars fan. There's nothing really to do. Now, I mean, you know there's always something to do with Star Wars, because, it's so big. But when it comes to new stuff, not so much. To end things off, I do want to talk about myself personally, because I'm in that group that does not upload every single day or every single week. Well, if there's a show coming out, I do upload every week sometimes, but the reason for that, for me personally, because I don't want to make filler. I don't like filler content. I want every video to have some sort of purpose, some sort of discussion, because I don't want to make a video or discussion or whatever that isn't that relevant. I don't want to make videos that are there for the sake of uploading. Like, every video should have some relevancy, either what's going on in Star Wars right now, or something that I'm interested in that other people could be interested in. So I like making discussion videos that talk about Star Wars overall in the broad sense, but only if I'm interested in it, and that's why the upload schedule is very sporadic. So with that out of the way, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and go now. So goodbye, everyone.